Almost 5 years ago, the young and promising star from Chile made his way into the first team of Coquimbo Unido. He quickly gathered a lot of attention and helped his boyhood club win the Copa Chile after scoring the winner in the final against Colo-Colo. The same team that signed him only a few months later. There, he went from a boy to a man, adopting a leadership role and installing a winning mentality in himself. It didn't take long for the European clubs to come knocking, and Liverpool brought him to the Premier League for €56 million. In 2 years in England, Castorre won several trophies, the most important of which being the so greatly desired Premier League. But he knew he needed to step up to an even higher club to unleash his full potential. And that's when Florentino Perez made a phone call. Lorenzo Castorre Jr. became the most expensive player of all time. €237 million, even surpassing the fee that PSG paid for Neymar. At the Bernabeu, Castorre struggled at first. His first months were disappointing, with goals lacking, and many thought he'd end up being just another name in Real Madrid's history. But Castorre wasn't like others. He picked himself up, fought hard through the pressure, and consequently became widely recognized as the best player in the world. Helping Los Blancos win La Liga, and the Champions League in his first year. And now, the time has come for his reward. The BALLON d'Or ceremony takes place today, and Lorenzo Castorre has the chance to become a part of football history, not even 22 years old yet, and many believe he's the favorite to get his hands on the most prestigious football award. Castorre woke up in his luxurious apartment in Madrid, looking a little bit messy, but that's okay, nothing that a quick shower can't fix. It's been quite a journey for the Chilean star. I mean, his father died when he was super young, and he never quite recovered from that. There was also that push to make honor of his father's name, that gave him the determination he needed to get this far. And right now, he's closer than ever to making that promise that he made to himself come true. His last season for Real Madrid was incredible. After a slowish start, he managed to rack up 41 goals and 20 assists across 55 matches in all competitions, winning the Supercopa de España, La Liga and the Champions League, where he scored and assisted in the final. I truly don't see who can take it away from him this year. No one has been close to his level, but I don't want to take anything for granted just yet, because sometimes the Ballon d'Or voting isn't exactly fair. Anyway, Florentino Perez and the Real Madrid board are obviously very fond of Lorenzo. They were rooting for him before he even signed for Liverpool, so they paid him a very luxurious private jet with Paris as the destination, as that is where the ceremony takes place.
Hello.
Lorenzo now has a few hours to be reminiscent of his journey thus far and work on his celebration speech if he does win. He may be a top-level footballer, but that doesn't mean he isn't nervous as hell right now. Not everyone gets to be a Ballon d'Or favorite, eh? He can just drink a few champagne bottles, have some grapes, and just relax and clear his mind before the big night. I'm very proud of how far we've come. Not just Lorenzo and me, but also all of you who tuned in to every episode I uploaded. Thank you for the support, and now it's time to begin the ceremony in Paris. I won't make you wait any longer. Here it goes.
Ils ont été si nombreux à essayer, si nombreux à s'en approcher. Mais au bout du compte, seuls les meilleurs parmi les meilleurs l'ont remporté, le plus beau, le plus précieux, le trophée le plus prestigieux, le Ballon d'Or. Un prix que seule l'élite a jamais touché de ses mains, et aujourd'hui, nous couronnons un nouveau vainqueur, un nouveau guerrier qui a tout traversé et s'est élevé au-dessus des autres, le tout meilleur joueur du monde, the winner of the Ballon d'Or 2028, Lorenzo Castorre Jr.
He did it. He actually did it. All his hard work, sweat and tears. Every time he doubted himself. Every time he was unsure of himself. Every time he thought he wouldn't have what it takes to make it. It didn't matter anymore. He had proved it in front of everyone. Only 21 years of age, and he is officially the best player in the entire planet. And also the first Chilean to crown themselves as the Ballon d'Or. But most important of all, he had honored his promise. He made a legend of his father's name, Lorenzo Castorre. He had completed his dream in front of the whole world as they all cheered for him. But the best part about everything is that this is just the beginning. Lorenzo Castorre Jr., ladies and gentlemen, the best player in the world. First game as a Ballon d'Or winner. It's not at the Bernabeu, so I won't be able to showcase it in front of all the Madridistas just yet. We have to play Real Sociedad before that, away from home, but it's a good game to get back in track in La Liga and to make a little bit of a comeback, because so far we're trailing by a big margin after Athletic Bilbao beat us. The game got off to a good start. Vinicius opened the lead for us, and later on, before the end of the first half, Lorenzo was fouled inside the box by the goalkeeper and the referee blew at the spot. Looking back at the decision, it probably was a little bit harsh, but there's enough contact and the decision stood, so Lorenzo Castorre made the run-up. His first goal as a Ballon d'Or winner, as the best player in the world officially. And many thought he would do a flashy celebration all about himself, but no, he just went over to his teammates to thank them for all the support and everything they did for him this last year. He was leaving all the shiny stuff and all of that for when he got to the Bernabeu. In the second half, Vinicius got his double, and at the very end of the match, Lorenzo Castorre and Rodrigo had a very good connection for a fourth goal. Real Madrid absolutely crushing Sociedad in their own backyard. Castorre was subbed off towards the final minutes of the match. Not that anything will change, because the result was a pretty crushing 4-0. And since Athletic Bilbao lost, we reduced the gap to 3 points. And now the moment that you have waited for, the first game back at the Bernabeu, and the fans are so excited. They're all cheering for him, they all want him to showcase his Ballon d'Or. All the Madridistas stood up, they all gave him a standing ovation, and Lorenzo Castorre was able to show off his first Ballon d'Or in front of the whole Bernabeu. And what better scenario to do this in than in a derby, in front of the Atletico de Madrid players who were all really mad. They didn't clap him, they didn't congratulate him, no, they stayed silent and wait for him to put down the Ballon d'Or and for the match to kick off. What did the Ballon d'Or winner do in the first 4 minutes of the match? An incredible goal, the Ballon d'Or winner, ladies and gentlemen, and look at the celebration. Thank you, this is me, this is what you get, this is the quality I bring. And the Atletico de Madrid players were playing such a dirty game. Look at here, they almost broke Mbappe's leg. What a foul play. But anyway, it didn't matter because that same Mbappe made it 2-0 only 10 minutes later. We are destroying Atletico de Madrid in this derby. But it wouldn't come so easy. Julian Alvarez got one back. Game on for Atletico. But this Madrid team and Castorre were absolutely unleashed after the Ballon d'Or victory. And Castorre got his brace, crushed it into the back of the net with an amazing Ramos-like header. Great cross from Arda Güler, and we retake our 2-goal advantage. Right after that, Mbappe almost made it 4. It didn't reach the ball from Castorre. We kept the ball, kept the play. Set up Vinicius, who almost made it 4. Almost 2 chances in 10 seconds. We were absolutely crushing Atletico de Madrid. And Castorre was determined to get the 4th goal. But this time the keeper denied us. We went to halftime with a 2-goal advantage, a pretty good game. And Castorre insisted for his hat-trick. He was toying with the defenders and doing whatever he wanted with them. Real Madrid were just teasing a 4th goal, and even though it never arrived, it was a fine performance by the Madridistas and by Lorenzo Castorre, crushing Atletico de Madrid in what could have been a much bigger scoreline. And since Athletic Bilbao lost, we are now tied on points with them. The only thing separating us is the head-to-head result. Up next, the return to Anfield. Lorenzo Castorre Jr. spent 2 years in Liverpool, where he grew so much as a player, and now he was returning as a Ballon d'Or winner. The fans booed him in classic Liverpool fan fashion, but that doesn't change anything about how Castorre felt about his former club. Meanwhile, Real Madrid continued with their amazing form. Rodrigo opened the score, later Castorre was through, his shot was blocked by the keeper, but Mbappe was there to make it 2-0 in less than 20 minutes. Los Blancos were really flying through, and Castorre was through again, but instead of taking the chance himself, he gave it to Rodrigo, set him up for success, and Real Madrid grabbed a 3rd. Castorre wanted his goal in his return to Anfield, but he would have to wait because the keeper blocked his shot here. It could have been a really bad result at halftime. I think the Liverpool fans will take a 3-0 so far, even though it's pretty crushing. But there was really no stopping the Ballon d'Or winner. Castorre got his goal in Anfield, but he didn't celebrate. Even though the fans were booing him, he remained respectful. He wasn't going to celebrate a goal in Anfield unless it was with the Liverpool shirt. And even though it's been a very happy episode and an amazing match thus far, we won't have a happy ending because Lorenzo Castorre was fouled pretty badly towards the end of the game and he was injured. This was a huge setback for Castorre and for Real Madrid's amazing run, and he was also really scared he would end up missing the Intercontinental Cup, which was right around the corner. We ended up winning 4-0, finishing the group with all victories and just 1 goal conceded, but were left with a very bittersweet feeling after Castorre's worrying injury.